Well, Zuma continues to win those 1v1s.
Another one for Zuma. That's going to be 4 in a row for him. Make it 5 in a row.
He's just sprinting at them.
He's slicing and dicing.
My name is Tommy Paparato. My gamer tag is FaZe Zuma, and I'm from Cranford, New Jersey. Growing up, like in middle school, high school, I just used to play Call of Duty with my friends all the time, casually. We would play every night after soccer practice, after school. We'd always run home and play. And they would always tell me, like, you're really good. You should try and take this to the next level. There's tournaments and stuff. And I wasn't too serious about it because I played soccer my whole life, and I used to travel a lot, play a lot, and it was pretty serious. I used to have high school practice every day, then I'd go to my academy practice, and soccer was like my life. Like, that's kind of where everything came from. Going into college, obviously I had dreams of playing college ball, and I ended up getting hurt. My first year in college, I actually tore my ACL, so I was, lounging around the house a lot, and my friends kind of pushed me to go to an event, and I went to an event. I met up with some people, met up in Philadelphia at the first event, and just made a name for myself, and that's kind of where a lot of professional players saw me play for the first time. So this is my dog from back in the day, about like 11 or 12 years ago. A lot of people ask me where I got my name, and this is where I got my name. So my dog back in the day, her name was Zuma. She was a fighting dog. They used to throw her in the cages, and my dad actually rescued her. So she was blind in one eye, and after we rescued her, she was super sweet. She's like one of the nicest dogs you'll ever meet. She looks scary, obviously, because she has a blind eye, and she looks like a little mutt, like mixed with maybe a pit bull, German Shepherd. We're not really too sure, but she was one of the best dogs ever. And growing up with her was awesome, and I thought I'd keep the name going and call myself Zuma. It's worked for me so far, and a lot of people like the name, and that's where I got the name right there. So, and then there's Jake. He's new. Well, not really, he's old, but he's very old. But he was after Zuma, and he's a good dog too. And we love you too, Jake. So this is the house I grew up in. My dad actually built this house. I had my grandparents' house next door, so they kind of built this when they came from Italy back in the day, and we've been living here our whole life. Downtown Cranford, this is where I grew up. Me and my friends after school would come hang out here. We'll walk around here. I love this town. I don't really want to leave this town. I don't want to go anywhere. It's just where I grew up. A lot of memories here, for sure. A lot of memories with my friends. We would take this trip every day after high school because we had practice at the turf field, which is where I'm taking you guys right now. So I was actually the captain of the varsity team when I was a junior. I made the varsity team as a freshman. I was really small in high school too. When I was a freshman on the varsity team, I was literally like 5'3", maybe 5'2", and obviously everybody's like 5'10" or 6 foot plus. So I was like super tiny, like super small. It took me a while to grow. I didn't start growing till I was like my last year of high school, and when I started going into college is when I really started to grow, which sucked because I could have really used that height in high school, But it is what it is. This is it. Nothing beats the smell of turf on a hot summer day. A lot of good memories here. This is where we played all our home games. I scored a lot of goals on this field, so just remembering some of those times with my friends in the stands or family in the stands. We had a lot of night games with the lights on, and I miss it a lot, to be honest.
I never in a million years imagined that Tommy would be doing what he does today. He was always an athlete, always very competitive. He played soccer since the age of 5 and was very good at soccer. He played at a very competitive level. When he was in high school, he was being recruited to play at some of the top colleges as well. But unfortunately, he tore his ACL, not once, but twice. And I think the first time he tore his ACL, he was still wanted to really still play soccer, and it was still very much a dream. And when he tore it the second time, I think at that point, reality started to set in.
Like when you play for so many years, and this was my dream, was like to play college ball, go pro in soccer and stuff, and then when that kind of gets stripped away from you because of an injury, it sucked. but I'm happy it pushed me into another dream, something else that I was super passionate about, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
I think when he decided that he needed to hang up his cleats and he couldn't play soccer anymore, I think he used that energy towards the gaming. He still had that competitive drive in him that never went away.
One of the things I'm most impressed with Tommy is he has stayed incredibly humble throughout his whole career. I've known him since before he got famous. I've known him now, and he's pretty much the same person. That's one of the things I admire about him.
My other friend introduced me and Tommy to Call of Duty, and we used to 2v1 Tommy, and he would beat us both. So that's how it all started for him.
I remember like actually back in the day we played GoldenEye, remember that? And like me and his brother were like, we wouldn't like, you know there's the option like aim down sights, like to bring up the crosshair? We would never use that, me and his brother, but Tommy was like 3 or 4 years old and he would actually like bring up the crosshairs and go for headshots. And like, I always like think like, when was like the first moment like I could like go back and think like, oh, he could like be a professional video game? It was that moment, like just like going back, like he was just doing like the most intricate things and now he's like one of the best FPS players ever, you know?
Come on, yo Frank, nothing new. Come on, forget about it, bro. Oh, 2 in a row, watch. Come on. Oh, don't put that in, cut.
I've been on FaZe for about 5 years now, and it's been an incredible ride. I first started, you know, on Denial with a bunch of amateur players and made my way towards Team Envious, and then I was only on Envious for about 2-3 months when I got a phone call from Banks, and Ricky kind of told me the whole deal and how he wanted me on the team, and he basically recruited me, and he told my mom that I had to drop out of school and couldn't do any of that stuff anymore. And my mom was a little skeptical at first because I wasn't making a lot of money at the time. It was just kind of something I was doing for fun. And you know, obviously being in an old school Italian family, they want you to go to school, get a degree. So it was definitely a little scary for her. But Ricky kind of convinced her, and I'm happy he did because the last 5 years have been incredible, and FaZe has treated me like family, and I've been having a lot of fun.
There goes Zuma. Zuma hits that flank. Another gunfight goes to Zuma.
And look at Zuma, he is just running around the map.
FaZe continues these miraculous comebacks.
We train a lot. I mean, not just playing, but we'll watch film or we'll do this, do that. We'll usually play about 2 to 3 scrims a day, which is about like 4 or 5 hours. And then after that, we'll watch film for another hour or 2. And then on top of that, if you want to keep playing, there's pickup games that pros play and stuff. There's always extra stuff that you can do to play. But it's every day. Every day is a grind, and we work hard. We put in a lot of time and a lot of work for this stuff. So when you win, it's a good feeling to know all the hard work paid off. What's going on, guys? Just want to thank everybody, for the last 4.5, 5 years that I've been on FaZe. Obviously, we've gone through a lot of highs and lows, and the supporters have always been there showing love. So I can't thank you guys enough for always being there for me, and always showing me some love. And that stuff really gets me going, and it really helps a lot. So I can't thank you guys enough. And as far as everybody in FaZe, I love every single one of you. You've always treated me like family, and I see all of you guys like family, and I love every single one of you. So I can't thank you guys enough for all the memories and the amazing journey that I had over the last 4.5, 5 years, and it's been a good run, and FaZe up for life. Thank you guys.